All right, man. Welcome back to another podcast, Vlog Gangs Gang Talking Podcast, part of the Vlog Gang Studios Network. It's your boy J Stu. Across from me, I got Big Germ.
Yeah, you know we here with it.
And at the producer desk, we got my boy T-Raw.
Gang, gang, gang.
And today we got a special guest. We got Max in the building. Yes, sir.
Back, boy.
Glad to have you, man.
Let's do this.
I already know, man. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all are new here, I just want to start this off by saying we're glad to have you. And to give you a little precursor what this podcast is about, we have fun, hilarious conversations, sometimes serious, but it's all in good spirits. So without further ado, go grab your popcorn, go get comfy, you know what I'm saying? And go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you get more updates to future episodes. So, Max, man, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. Solid.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a fun conversation last time.
Sure did.
For sure. Yeah, so I actually wanted to kind of talk about this, this episode more about, like, building on what we already spoke of.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We kind of touched on the red pill a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot that kind of transpired since then, whether, they kind of labeled these red pill guys like misogynistic. You know what I'm saying? They started putting them in an umbrella, kind of like cyber terrorism. I don't know if you heard about the whole homeland security. Instead of taking our tax dollars and doing something productive, they want to knock down on people for how they want to talk.
Right.
So I kind of wanted to get your input on that. Like,
I mean, for the most part, I don't really know too much about it, but I mean, I think that because most I would say like most people would like look at it from like, okay, well, they just don't like women. They probably like grew up a certain type of way, so they may look at it as like, okay, well, these guys are gonna think this way. We're just gonna put them over here in that category, right? And kind of like just pigeonhole them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's more the gist of it.
The gist of it,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we didn't make it clear last episode, but I wanted to find out now. Do you kind of like follow that ideology of the whole red pill movement?
To some extent, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, talk more in depth. Like, what do you actually like believe in regarding that?
I mean, I do believe in gender roles. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, like I feel like I'm gonna take the lead. Like, I'm not really into masculine women like that. So like, I like my women feminine.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So
sure.
if they, showcase too much masculine energy, it's a turn off for me.
Yeah.
You feel me? And that goes into the whole semen retention thing or whatnot. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I'm just not spreading my seed like that.
Yeah.
So you do semen retention?
Yeah.
So explain that to me. Like, do you still hit women and you don't buzz, or do you just not hit women and just say, I'm gonna save it for a second?
No, I hate women, but I don't buzz.
No. Why not?
It's control. Because like by me doing that, you feel me? Like it allows me to think clearly. But I mean, if I'm sleeping with a chick, you feel me? I'm just getting pleasure out of it. But like the whole busting, I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's just not my thing until I find the right person.
So just to add in, like, what got you started on that whole semen retention?
I would say more so of just wanting to be focused. Because, like typically after you bust, you know what I'm saying? Like you kind of get, your judgment gets clouded.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's a repetitive thing. And it's like, it takes you 14 days to kind of recover from that.
14 days?
14 days.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's 14 days.
Yeah.
So it takes you 14 days. But if you actually practice it, like when you climax, like you get more of a pleasure from it as opposed to doing it all the time.
Yeah, always busting.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So what I never understood about it, because I actually did it, but I didn't know nothing about it
You
because
was just doing it.
I only did it because I'm not hitting girls. I'm not for
Yeah.
the bus. That's a waste of time. I'm not.
Okay.
But I did it on my weight loss journey because I just said, you know what? I ain't finna focus on no women right now. I'm not finna do none of that. I'm trying to work on losing weight. And I did it.
Right.
And then I heard about it later on. So then now I'm hearing people actually having sex and not busting. And I'm just like, you might just not fuck then because it's not really, I don't see and we already doing it. We already at the finish line. They're about to cross it. And then we just say, nah, we ain't finna, let's stop right here. And it's just like, well, shit, in that case, we shouldn't even did it because it's damn near the same shit.
Yeah, true.
You know?
I agree. I mean, it took me some time to adjust because, like, shoot, sometimes when I was with a chick and I'll be, you know what I'm saying, smashing or whatnot, you feel me? Like, I'll bust and I'll be like, okay, well, I got my, my nut off and stuff like that. But, like, at the end of the day, like, I just felt like I was just doing it to do it.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I didn't have any self-control. But I get what he's saying, but if you really think about it, you was doing it subconsciously without even thinking about it. And you lost all that weight though. See, when you're on semen retention, it allows you to be more focused.
Yeah.
You feel me? You're not focused on like just trying to bust nuts all the time.
Yeah, and then something I kind of looked up before a little bit earlier, I kind of realized that it kind of helps with building up your testosterone.
Exactly.
Yes. Testosterone is the male hormone that allows us to burn weight, be productive, have the strength, the energy, and the vigor. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. If you look at some of the some of these like high profile people, like especially like like white men, whatever. Like for the most part, like they ain't out here chasing women, they focus. You don't see. I don't know what they do. It's not just white men, but I'm just saying like men of like high status.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like they out here trying to do them.
Yeah, they have more of a drive, so it's not really. I'm not making too much time for the bitch.
Right?
Well, I would say it's that they don't have time to make for no. I don't think it's that they doing it intentionally. I think it's more they don't have time because the endeavor that they are in. They got a lot of business here, got a lot of business there. It's kind of like, damn, what time I had to do it type shit, So
that's true too. That's true too.
I just always looked at because the more I hear people speak on it, the more I hear people explain it, it comes down to a mind thing. So it's really not the semen retention. Really, you doing it's more you just locking in and stuff because you can just not fuck for like a couple days, few weeks or something like that, and just do that shit just for the hell of it. But because when I did it, I didn't feel no different. I didn't feel no gain more things or nothing like that. I was still the same person because I'm always a focused person. So me just doing that was just to try something, just to see what happened. And then I'm like, only thing I noticed different was that when I started back, I bust quicker, and shit, a lot of that shit came out. You feel me? That's the only thing I noticed different. So when I went to thinking, when I hear people talk about this, I'm just like, I guess, shit, if it's working and make your mind go to make you feel focused, okay. But I'm just saying, man, I ain't get that experience,
Gotcha.
In most scientific regards, a lot of us psychologically rely on placebos. That's what I like to call it, because at the end of the day, a placebo is something that they give you in a testing environment that actually is supposed to have no effect. Say there's a new drug on the market, right? They give you the drug, and then they give some people, they tell them that it's the drug, but it's really water. Yeah, and there'll be some people where they show their mental facilities of believing they're taking this drug that's affecting the others. It's helping them transform. Not at the same rate, but they transform to some degree. And it shows that whatever our minds hold on to is what helps us transform. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
There's a lot of actions that we take after the placebo has been given. In this case, the semen retention. We take a lot of different actions on top of that.
Right.
We get up more, we're not focused on our lust, so we're putting that focus in different areas, and we're watching our lives transform, and we just give it all the credit to the semen retention. But what happened about all these different actions you're doing around the semen retention? That's what's really changing your life.
Well, then that makes a contradiction, because then it's not even about the semen retention. It's about that you didn't have a focus about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You just didn't have nothing to focus on. So had you had something else to focus on, then you'll be doing that. But because you just fucking, and you just doing that, it's like, what if somebody came along, hey man, let's focus on this, bro, let's do this, and they put a drive into you and stuff like that. So it's not even about it, it's mind games at the end of the day. So it's not even about the semen attention, it's just that this guy wasn't focused, and he needed to find a focus and something to make him feel like he's focused on this, but it's really not even that, it's just playing a bunch of mind games. So then it's like, what am I doing semen retention for when I go to find me a mentor or something like this? Hey bro, you need to focus on this right here, do it like this, and start building the drive off of that.
Yeah, and to add into your point, I just feel like all this comes back down to balance. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If you're too focused on your lust, you're always busting this, you're not thinking about the greater picture.
Right.
You know, because in my life, I've seen that women can be a very big distraction. Yeah, like they take up a lot of time. They're always trying to get you in the mix of what they got going on. And listen, I love women. I love having the company of women, because women see things from an emotional standpoint.
Perspective, yeah.
And I love that. But at the same time, I don't like to get too entrenched in that, because I like to be logical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there will be times where a girl will give me criticism on things that actually has no basis. It's how she feels.
It's all emotion. Yeah.
You know
it's
what
not
I'm
logic.
saying? Exactly.
Yeah.
And then when you really try to break it down, you're like, what the hell is she talking about?
Sense.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? It sounds good.
I know, right?
But a lot of times too, women just like who you are, and they try to change you, or they try to see if they can change you.
Yeah, since the beginning of the time.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're trying to do different things in your life, and try to show seeds of doubt. They try to be like, oh nah, you're doing this particular way. Or in my case, my example, somebody was trying to say, you know, I'm trying to replicate or be like the next man. And I was like, bro, you know what's funny? When I talk to the next man about any situation, or he wants to prove anything to me, this nigga got video proof. I can't deny it. It's in 4K. I'm looking at it, oh, okay, bro, I see what you're talking about. But with her point of view, it's like, I'm just saying it to you, and I'm just supposed to take your word for it. Like, you can't even really show me you can't go to the time, nothing like that. You just want to say, oh, and I'm supposed to be like, damn, bro, you know what? You're right. I'm changing.
You gotta have receipts.
Exactly. Yeah. So
what would you, so far as women, do you prefer like an impressionable woman or experienced woman? If you had to choose one or the other.
I would prefer somebody experienced. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I ain't trying. I mean, I'm too old to be like teaching somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't got time for that. So it's like, you know, like I gotta probe a chick first. You feel me? And find out like more about her first before I start fucking with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just gonna be like, if she's like 22, 23, then that's a no-go for me. Like, I need somebody that's seasoned. Yeah.
So, do you think, because you know, when you say you want to experience woman, that means she done been through some things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the more a woman been through, the more it's hard to deal with, because she already got a lot of things. Like, she already going through a lot of things where she don't deal with trauma, and I don't think women really get over trauma, really. You know what I'm saying? So if she don't experience this, experience that, it's kind of like, do I want that? I want a woman that's less experienced, because I want her to take on my teaching instead of battling with the teaching that another man already gave.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
That's what I actually was going to get into too. Like, so are you completely against talking to a woman who you can kind of teach, like, or show the way? Like, what if she was a virgin and she's been holding for all the virgins?
I don't do virgins. Yeah. About to cross that out.
No, for real?
Nah, I don't fuck with virgins.
What's wrong with virgins?
Nah, they.
You said you had a bad experience or
Yeah,
something?
dog. They stage 5, bro. Stage 5 clean, bro. They get attached, man. Like I ain't.
That clingy shit.
I need my space, bro.
I feel you.
Yeah, I need my
Damn,
space.
bro.
The thing
I don't
about
fuck
it
with
is,
virgins, bro.
Damn, I never heard that before.
Real nigga shit.
nah, but you know, the thing I can kind of see your point of view is like the older we get, the more patience we start to like, especially as men.
Right.
Because we done been through certain things in life, and it's like after you've been through that repetitive cycle of trying to put them on the program, it's like, damn, bro, I really want to go through this shit again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me and my dog were just talking about this the other day. It's like I started looking at it like, damn, bro, it's kind of annoying having to go through that first stage, talking and
Trying to get to know each other and all
Yeah.
that. I get it.
yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, he's still stuck on that virgin.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, boy.
Bruh.
That's a man's dream to get him a virgin. A woman ain't never been penetrated, you know what I'm saying, and never been like conflicted because a woman don't connect with you and she ain't really opened up. She ain't gonna never really open up to you till y'all pass that line. You feel me? So
For me, it's more so of the emotional attachment that comes with it. Like once you done penetrated her, like you're the only one she knows.
Mhm.
So it's like, oh, I want to see him. I want to be with him all the time. Like, nah, man, I ain't got the patience for that.
but see, I'm gonna tell you something. We say that, and I agree with you to a certain extent because that's how you know she like you, she wants you.
I agree.
I'd rather her on my trail all the time than splitting times with, let me go check this trail out, let me check that trail out. Because yeah, it gets annoying, but that's her sign to show you that I'm only fucking with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when she's not on my trail and she's not, and then, you know, we are addicted to patterns.
Right.
When that one pattern change, and you like, man, I'm tired of this, tired of that, and she don't do it, you're gonna be like, what the hell going on?
Yeah.
All right, so then let me ask you, how do you cope with the cleanliness and the always wanting to be around you? If she's on your program, you're her first, how will you cope with that type of situation?
Well, guess what? When you're like children, I'm a teacher. This is what I want, baby. This is too much, baby. I don't like this. Let's kind of work on this. Let's figure it out. And everybody's a work in progress. And we got to set ourselves up and stop being lazy and not want to do that work and stuff like that. You know, just like even dealing with an experienced woman, you got to work through all that trauma. I'd rather work through no trauma or less trauma than trauma because they keep having those knee-jerk reactions when you do a certain thing. And it's like when I did it, I had good intention. The other guy did it, he had bad intention. So it's just a lot of stuff like you got to deal with, you know, it's pros and cons and everything. And you got it's more pros with her because she's virgin, she ain't been through too much. But yeah, she's a little clingy and stuff. Or I could go mess with this experience where she's not clingy and she gives people other attention and stuff. She always looking for validation from other men and stuff like that. She's never satisfied, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather not deal with that. I want a woman that could find a place where she's satisfied enough with me and I'm just good enough for her, you know what I'm saying? Instead of her venturing out, trying to get validation from other men, always constantly showing herself up. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit tiring in itself. You know?
Yeah, but you know, just to add into what you're saying, that's still kind of like the ideal perfect setup. In the world we live in, because of social media and stuff like that, women are just so enticed by what they're seeing across the world from that next nigga. You know what I'm saying? And they're gathering influences from these broken women, even before they lose their virginity. Some women are here telling them, oh, you gotta explore other options. That first nigga you with, that may not be the nigga. Like, what if God, like, I don't know your situation, but say she linked with you, and the first time y'all linked, it wasn't a good experience. Not saying that she won't, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, say it wasn't a good experience for her. And then she's like, damn, bro, I don't know. Like, everything else about it, this situation is good, but I feel like, damn, maybe I should explore that other option out there. You know what I'm saying? And you would never know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know niggas who've been through situations like that, and they kind of like, you know what I'm saying? They'll be like, damn, bro, like, I kind of like the fact that she went up because now that she back with me, she know that I'm the real nigga. And then some niggas be like, damn, bro, she stepped out, it's over with.
I don't know about that one, bro. That's a thick ass hypothetical, bro. I ain't gonna lie, cause that shit. I'm trying to make sense of that one. I'm like drawing blanks. I'm like, oh, that shit. I'm trying, cause it's like when a girl fuck with you, bro, and she give you her body, bro, she fucking with you, bro. Like she didn't do that shit for no reason. It's like that experience. It's her first experience. She ain't got nothing to compare it to. So how can we even say that? You know?
No, but everybody understands pleasure. When like women understand pleasure, like in that sense, like if it didn't feel good or they didn't get what they imagined it would be, it kind of leaves their mind to wonder. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, that was pretty difficult. I'm drawing blanks on that one. I mean, that's a thick ass hypothetical, bro, because I haven't dealt with that yet, and you know, maybe y'all could.
I mean, there's a lot of real folks out here. You feel me? So
sure.
it's like finding that woman that you talking about is like a needle in a haystack.
Oh no, I'm not saying. No. I understand.
Yeah,
That's why I even said like it's an ideal.
It's an ideal setup, right? So I agree with what you're saying, though. I agree with what you're saying. So it's more of a like, okay, well, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I rather know the trauma. I could deal with it personally. Everybody's different. You feel me? Nobody wants to go through all that. There's certain people that don't want to go through that. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, my cousin, he met this girl at church, whatever, virgin, right? Proposed to her, got married. They moved in together. I met her. She looked like she was already wet behind. She didn't know much, right? So he was the one leading.
Yeah.
Right? So I would say about 6 months into the marriage, I guess he lost his car or whatnot. Money situation was kind of fucked up. So she started, he would drop her off to work and he would go home and do whatever he got to do, run errands and whatnot. And long story short, she was fucking with some nigga from the job. Right? I guess he caught her doing some shit. And so that whole situation kind of went left. And I told him from the beginning, because, she was mad young. She was like 21, 22. Yeah, he was like 29, 30. So, the age gap right there in itself, I was like, that's a red flag, bro. Because she hasn't really experienced life like that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that's why she stepped out, because this dude had it and he did.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it all depends on where you are as a person, or as a man, in order to lead that female, for her to, I guess, be loyal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But then that's another problem, though. Most men are not men out here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the unfortunate thing. Most men are not men. That's just a fact. I don't give a damn because you pay for your own stuff, you got your own place, you take care of bills. That's not what makes you a man, Your ideology, your structure and stuff, what you bring to the world and stuff. That's what diverts you from a man, not just because you don't turn 18. It's the work that you put in. And what's messed up is a lot of women got to go through these type of guys before they find an actual man. And now when they find an actual man, now they got that type of trauma that they dealt with. These messed up type of guys, now she don't know how to adjust to this guy because she's so used to this guy. So now you put the same parameters on the real man on the bitch ass niggas that you done went through. Now I gotta sort through this and now I gotta readjust you on this and stuff. And that's just one of the unfortunate things,
Thanks.
Yeah, and one thing I like to add in, like, from my personal experience, I feel like I like a girl that's a little bit in between. Not too experienced where she done been with 50 other niggas. I just want them to kind of like be willing to learn. You know what I'm saying? If you're willing to show her through your actions that you're not like the rest of the other niggas, and she can see that without you having to really say that, because a lot of these niggas just say it instead of just leading. So if she can see that you're a leader and you're leading, you're doing all the right shit, and you're not really asking for no validation in that way, and she can acknowledge that, that's enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we just try to like force our ideals on chicks and be like, oh yeah, you gotta do it this way, do it that way. But a lot of times, bro, we can't help the cards that was thrown our way. Like not every card that you get. Like sometimes you get a hand, you're like shit, I gotta make the best out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Like you playing cards for real, guys.
Yeah.
Gotta make this big, man.
What?
Shit.
Facts. Like I don't know, and some of my coworkers, man, would tell me like, you know, they have a situation where they with a woman who already got a child, and they're happy because they talked to the woman, they already established they don't want no more kids. They raised that woman's kids like it's their own, and if that's what makes you happy, bro, shit.
So I would ask you on that one: are you willing to deal with a woman with kids or a kid? Or you want a woman without kids?
At this point, no kids. Mm-hmm. I went down, that road, dealing with a woman that has kids, and it's not for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not for me at all. Because I think for the most part, it's like you got to deal with the fact that, you're not the biological father of that child. So it's like you don't really have too much say in the matter. No matter what she says, she can tell you, like, listen, although, like, that ain't your child, you still have some form of authority over that child. But that's typically not the case, really. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather just deal, at this point, with somebody that has no kids.
You think you prefer women without kids? That's even more or less feasible. And I would say, crazy thing to say, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I prefer women without kids, but if she got one, I could deal with that. It's more manageable. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, women with a kid, they're far more better than some of these women who don't have kids. And that's the unfortunate thing too. But I'm not gonna lie, my preference is no kids. You know what I'm saying? But if she so happen to have one child, I mean, it's hard to stomach. It's more easier to stomach. You know what I'm saying? Now, Shawty got 2, 3. Man, yes. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Shawty, look, we can hang out real good, but let's move to that next step. Yeah. It's most likely not gonna happen. That means you gotta do way too much for this to happen. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to work. Yeah, you're gonna have to be more than a regular woman. Ain't no taking no time out and listening to what the internet saying. Hey, you ain't that. You had that. You ain't got that no more. So right now, you better sit your hot ass down, because you know what I'm saying, you ain't no spring chicken. Right. So
yeah. No, but that's what happened to most women who have kids, or I should say the ones who grow up after they have their first child. Some women they realize, okay, damn, I done messed up my status in the market. Because being single in the single market, not having kids is the best thing a woman may have after they looks. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
Like, even you would deal with all the bullshit come with it sometimes just because you don't have kids.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's like once they know that they messed up in the market and they lower the amount of men that would actually settle down with them, tends to make them more humble and make them more like realistic. Yeah. And that's what makes single mothers actually some of the best women to actually do it. I ain't gonna lie. But it's just like most men don't have the patience to raise a kid that's not theirs. Especially if the baby father is gonna be an integral part of their life. Yeah. It's like, damn, bro, how am I finna be? Yeah. Nah, bro, can't do this. This nigga gonna see her, he gonna still try to smash. Yeah. Like, we niggas, bro.
At the end of the day, bro.
Right. One thing about it, that baby daddy always got an attachment to her all the time, so I can see it. Yeah. But would you say that idea came from the red pill that you know what I'm saying, took on, or is that something that you just grew into?
I grew into that. Yeah, I grew into that.
A lot of them red pill niggas, they be tripping.
I mean, yeah. Listen, bro, they be taking it to the extreme. Don't get me wrong, though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, like, me personally, I done dealt with women that had 2 kids, 3 kids from 3 different dudes. I done been down that road already. Yeah. Like, I ain't got the patience for that now.
So when you say
and probably one would be like a minimum though. Yeah, like one, but that one has to be at least like 10, like you know, like closer to their teens or something like that. Like
on their way out the house.
Yeah, way out the house. Yeah, dog.
I feel you, bro.
I ain't changing no diapers, bro. I ain't doing that.
Hey, man, but I'm on that though. I relate, bro. I couldn't do it either.
Yeah. No.
But I wanted to ask you, so when you say that experiences in the future in this regard, like you wouldn't have this outlook unless you had went through these women that had these kids and different types of situations.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Hey, listen, I was a simp at one point. I think we all go through that. Well, I can't say everybody, but I was a simp at one point, bro. I was doing certain things that I shouldn't be doing, but I was doing it anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I learned from it.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's the only way you can actually gain experience. You feel me?
Yeah. It's not definitely.
Yeah, you know, I see people, you know, they say they went through, I don't know.
I feel like simping is when a man falls head over heels and he's just blinded by the love for his chick, bro. I feel like that's all simping is.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're willing to do anything and everything for your girl because you love her. And it's like, and you're willing to ignore the red flags.
Yeah, so
okay.
you saying,
that's simple.
So you saying that if a dude stays with a chick, right, and the chick cheats on him, right, and he takes her back, that's not a simp.
Man, that nigga tripping.
I'm telling you, bro. That's a nigga tough.
Man, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Even in high school, bro, a girl did some foul shit, and I cut her quick, and I liked her a lot. That's how I know that, bro. I've been this type of nigga for a long time, so I'm not saying that, you know, to like try to shit on people because they experienced, you know, you went through, I went through. And a woman did some foul shit, bro. When I say I liked this girl, I liked her. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't disobey my parents for her. And when I found out she did some foul shit, bro, I tried to do some so quick, bro. So this type of mentality I had translated to my older years where, bro, I don't tolerate you.
All right, but let me just add in a little bit. It could technically be interpreted as simping for her a little bit because at first you were willing to go against your parents who breathed life into you. You went against them for a girl who came from the outside, like, and you was in high school at the time. That's like falling head over heels for somebody. But what you did though was you was willing to make the difficult decision
to cut her off.
And some niggas aren't able to make the difficult decision. This means you're stronger than most. It doesn't mean that you didn't sin.
No, I definitely didn't sin. I didn't go against my morals necessarily. I just was a normal child who doesn't disobey their parents from time to time. I'm like, come on now. That's what we do. I disobey my parents and I don't sin, bro. That's what we do. But damn, I guess everybody got to go.
I didn't say you was sinning. I said it could be interpreted that way. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I just told you what it was. It can't be interpreted no way. That's misinterpreted. No, I told you I disobeyed my parents one time for her. Yeah. And that's about the best thing I did, you know, because how much I liked her. Yeah. And she did some foul shit. Cut.
Chopping block.
Yeah. Quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, you know, just to kind of like come back full circle, we were kind of talking about the student retention thing. And I had a question I wanted to ask you earlier. How long have you been practicing that?
For about a little over a year now.
Over a year?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me ask you now, hypothetically, you have a son, right? And he's here embarking on a journey. He's finally hit his teenage years, he's more curious about women. Are you gonna kind of impart this semen retention onto your son? Or are you gonna try to help him explore his type of options and learn himself?
I'd rather him just be his own man. You know what I'm saying? And kind of just learn, you know, life through his own eyes, his own experiences. Like, I'm not gonna, you know, like basically pour myself into him like that and try to make him his own and stuff like that. Like, I'd rather him just live his own life and kind of, you know, experience things in his own way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm with him. Semen retention is a choice. It's not something that I'm just gonna be like, well, you gotta do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know. Yeah.
That ain't what we doing. It worked for you, it worked for you, it works for me, it works for me. It don't work, let them live, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let them live, bro.
I think what you gotta do when you raising a child is you build that foundation of right and wrong.
That's
And
it.
then after that, you kind of push them out there. And then as they get bumps and bruises, you just be there to, clean up the cuts and stuff.
Thanks. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, so.
I like that, man. I felt like we had a very productive conversation. Y'all new in here, man, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, man. It's gonna be your boy Max.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Miss Jerm, man, you got any final thoughts you want to say to the people?
Yeah. My final thoughts is do not follow the red pill community. Them a bunch of hurt men who ain't been getting no pussy. They just came on the internet to act like some females. So don't follow them. Find a better mentor, my brothers.
Yeah. For sure, for sure. T-Rod, you gotta add anything?
No, that's possible. We
This man is so stupid. Call that nigga off guard.
We ain't fresh and fit, so we got
Sure.
Good
Yeah.
conversation, man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
that was fun.
Yeah, bro. That's all.